Alright. And now I am actually live. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay. Got my social medias posted. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's see. What do we got going on? Sorry, 1 second. Just making sure. Okay. Corpse on the boardwalk. I should probably call them about that. I actually completely forgot we did that last time. The question is, do I call Sylvie back? I don't think she's gonna want to talk to me. And rightfully so. Is that test done? Okay, yeah, no, that ship is sailed. That is done. I gotta go ask the little girl about the armor.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I don't think I should call her. Let's see. Do I need to... Did they want me to talk to 57? Or 41? Wait, okay. No, I need to call... I need to call the library.
It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Fuck.
We should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective?
Do I have a reason to call the 41st? Get the boots off the feet.
In the cabin.
Let me see if I can try that. I haven't tried yet. I was gonna have Kim haul off the body, but I would like those boots. I wanna get all the armor. I wanna get armored up. I wanna be invincible.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's
I thought we decided to leave it to processing.
No.
Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
okay.
Fuck.
So you can sneak out of your room maybe after
God
he's
damn it.
gone to sleep.
Okay, well, I guess I have to say that for tomorrow. I'm never gonna get this fucking body hauled off, am I? Okay. Now... Alright, let's get to the fishing village. Oh wait, no, it's okay, so they open at 10 a.m., so actually I'm almost there.
Hello, mister.
I keep forgetting this works on 24-hour time.
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Uh-huh. I get the feeling this isn't gonna be straightforward.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
Uh-huh.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
Uh-huh.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
I see.
Yes, I am. Little Lily.
Hmm.
You know my mom? That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything. Bye!
Bye-bye, thank you, child. You were literally actually one of the most helpful people I've met so far. Isn't trying to waste my time with some bullshit. Oh yeah, no, that sandcastle's fucking terrible.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away.
Yep.
You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
I see.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
Damn, that's fucked. They should have killed that guy.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse
Fuck
and present
yes.
you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
We know where 2 pieces are. Clothes. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, and I got these new shoes. +1 to indirect. I still don't know what that means. What does that mean, +1 to indirect modes of... Oh, ultra-liberal dialogue options give you +1 real. Okay, so now it would just give me +2. Eh. +2 interfacing, damn, nice. Honestly, I prefer that to the Half-Life, the Half-Light one. Big bonus. And I look dangerous.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
I'm like a Spartan.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability.
I do want the full suit. I do want the
It may be a
full
while
suit.
before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the armor. Figure out its vulnerabilities.
Uh-huh.
Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
You're so fucking right. I'm gonna become RoboCop. Yeah. I have to sacrifice my humanity to protect it. Alright, what else? What else is on the agenda? Alright, check the boardwalk. Check the island, check Land's End. Okay. Ooh, money, I think. I think I'm gonna check out the church. Oh, damn it. Children's books. I see. This bear is stupid and I hate him.
You hold in your hand the colorful primer. The title reads, A Primer for Small Kids. There's a bear involved.
I'm kind of a bear, in a way. A fucked up nightmare bear.
Every page has one word
I see.
designating one letter of the
This
alphabet with a faded
how
illustration.
challenging.
Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows.
I'm sorry?
A is for azimuth. B is for Boreas. C is for cosine. D is for diamite. E is for ellipse. F is for phlogiston. G is for gamete.
Damn, the education in Revachol goes fucking crazy. Why aren't these kids the biggest geniuses in the world?
H is for homeboy. I
Okay.
is for econ. J is for Ura. K is for collapse. L is for laudanum. M is for myriad. N is for nadir. O is for aureole. P
Uh-huh.
is for perihelion. Q is for quasar. R is for rhododendron. S is for sinus. T is for tricolor. U is for ultra. V is for vector. W is for Wahrheit. X is for xylophone.
One of these is not
Y
like the
is
others.
for Ustava. Z is for zenith.
Only one of these should be in a children's book.
That's it. You know the alphabet now.
Kim, I know the alphabet now.
Good. I also know the alphabet.
Exactly, you're so smart. Those kids certainly do not know how to read. Ooh, secret. Ah, it's just money. Oh, okay, it's a drawbridge. Ah, damn it. Oh, more alcohol. Is this the last thing? Oh, okay. Well, these are both... Oh, it's... Wait, that's it. Oh, this says 8. Huh. Well, I ain't using it. I can use performance-enhancing drugs next time. Damn, these fucking pulls are loaded. Also, okay, so I had to check the boardwalk for any bullet debris. I kind of got caught up with the whole corpse thing.
There's some tear. An empty cigarette pack.
How do I check the boardwalk for bullet debris?
Yes?
Nope. Nothing. If I were to try and shoot that window, where would I stand on this pier? Hello. What are we looking at?
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Yeah. Howdy.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hypertext.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
He's just making up fancy words. This doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. so they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Uh-huh.
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of him, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today.
There's
He spent all
something
night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer.
there's something I
Have you heard of it?
don't care
It's a
for.
programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've
There's-
been getting really into worms lately.
There's gotta be something about this guy. It feels off.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Hi, you're wearing a suit. Do you have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
If the money's important, not important, then I should have it.
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms.
Damn.
I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
Damn.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
I'm gonna flirt with him.
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then.
Uh-huh.
It's an anthropological heritage of the Lomantang people. A martial art of sorts, but what not a lot of books mention is that it also carries a cultural significance among the Lomantangs, as it used to be the best means of showing off to look for a bride, which, interestingly enough, brings us to the socio-economic structure of the
Oh,
traditional
boy.
rural tribes of the Lomantang Isles.
He
which-
can't help himself.
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying. Lomantang stick fighting is a little like a Berolidin addiction. I've been practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what does this man know about pyrrolidon addiction?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna accuse him of being on drugs.
You got me, detective. But my history should hardly come as a surprise.
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that and a special costume.
I see.
That's right, Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway. No,
I
I'm
see.
afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
I mean, I feel like I could have inferred that it was the old failed electrical building based on the fact that it fucking says it.
Hold on. What's R&D? It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
Oh.
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
I see.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
What a nerd.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
Uh-huh.
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Hmm.
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rein, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
Portable computers. Ridiculous.
He assumed
Could never
something like a
happen.
combat stance, facing the wind.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Ah,
Unfortunately, their
The boy is a
moonshot
nerd
project
too.
never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
oh, damn it. Okay, I saw it on the map and it wasn't anywhere to be seen.
A pleasure wheel?
Which is weird because the statue's still there.
Yes, to lure in.
And
the
it looks
star
like it does
engineers.
currently.
This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers,
Uh-huh.
they used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
Uh-huh.
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree.
Ugh.
I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Uh-huh.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant.
It sounds like
Exquisite,
it was made
alien-looking
up.
turn of the century hardware. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in
The
Vedeville,
fucking...
Oranje. It raised
What?
the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
What the fuck is the Humpty Dumpty Center?
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay, I gotta
The
know.
Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to... In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Uh-huh.
Even one would be very useful. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to the precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07.
Damn.
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
2 seagulls circle in the sky. You look up and think, really?
Well, that was a
Or
lot.
was there a 4th prototype that remains hidden in the mausoleums below Coal City?
Wait. Shivers is correct of much of the time.
But of course, what else? No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikaela here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Huh. Alright, nice. Damn, there's so much money here. Look at the fucking the Humpty Dumpty world. Do I want to take this instead of one of these? I don't know. Do I need to still be Hobo Cop? I'll wait and see what those give me.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
No, I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Damn.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Oh. That's pretty good for someone who can barely see. Is there a way inside? I just don't know where on the boardwalk it wants me to look. Howdy.
Here we go.
Ah, there's the
Nice
guy.
and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
Oh, he's like the voice of the ancient reptilian brain, but more Australian.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle
Gary
it.
the fucking what?
To what do I owe the pleasure? Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81.
I don't think I need to tell him the whole story.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
I'll be sure to tell
So-
her.
Your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest.
I was not asking about a cryptid.
The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook, then gestures for you to proceed.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it. Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists, in our present case. It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex.
Fucking active camo.
But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid.
Yes.
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm.
Is that one also a cryptid?
Seems puny, to be honest.
Typical rookie assumption.
Damn.
Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Would be glory itself.
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts. Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
Yeah. He just believes.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
That's so true. If you get enough anecdotes, that becomes an evidence eventually.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Parthenosis. I'll ask.
Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
That's very clever. I'm pro-gay, as we know.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
There's nothing dispassionate about the way he talks about the insect.
Alright, I actually had to use the bathroom really bad. I'm gonna be right back. Okay. And we are back. Yeah, no. Alright, we're good. That took longer than I expected. Oh. Alright. Tell me about the traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
Uh-huh.
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
Yeah.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
What if the locusts throw them
Not a
away?
big fan of skepticism, this one.
Most cryptozoologists are not.
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
Mm-hmm.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Very smartly doing something dumb.
Yes. What? And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morel. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record.
Really?
One of only 4 this century, and it's hers. Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
I must.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Listen, he's not gonna listen to me. Do what you gotta do, man.
Good. A good quality to have, both for a police officer and an experimental zoologist.
I could go for some trap setting.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
I'm all about the cryptid shit.
But the bug, I see. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagine.
My partner was joking. We are on a search of our own. It wouldn't hurt to check the reads while we're at it. I assume that's what we'll be doing.
Yes, of course.
Oh yes, officer. Very much so. The traps are all in the reeds. That is where we expect the phasmid to prowl. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End.
A lot of
To the
text is
northeast.
overlapping.
It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them... You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
I see.
Bring it to me at once. Just Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not
Okay, so
comfortable with the possibility that
apparently
you
it
claim
just
to
happens
blame,
as I
but
go
he's
through the
lying
story.
about this even to himself.
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Hell yeah.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect
Damn.
you to understand self-financing one's own research.
Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up, if you prod a little.
It's not child's play, just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often. Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does. Indeed, my methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
Your nerve endings tell you there is no such thing as a positive surprise.
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying. Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the Phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
Very scientific.
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
I see.
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes.
Damn.
2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
I mean, you know, it's more than 0.
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Grad, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves. More so even than the public.
I believe in...
Most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
I see.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
The hair on your arms stand up. Electricity. Sounds like reeds hissing. He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
Yes? All right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena.
Yes.
His friend Gary. He won't just talk.
Oh. Okay, I'll have to ask about these ones first.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
No.
The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the Dread Moose.
Damn.
Yes. The dread moose subsists entirely on flesh. It has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance. Human remains have been found deep in the forest, torn apart, then trampled into the mulch by large hooves. Infer from that what you will, just like an ordinary Arden moose. You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
A moose that looks like any other moose. What's going on here? He's kidding, right?
I believe
Of
in the
course
dread
you do.
moose.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. There's more. Sightings in Vasa, reaching back 4 centuries. But, of course, nothing satiates the skepticism of...
A detective. Pardon me, I did not wish to seek conflict. It's simply my training to question things.
Understood, Lieutenant.
Damn.
That's impressive, I guess. But have you seen it with your own eyes?
Have you?
I haven't had a chance to travel to Coco Nor. No. And I likely never will. The Samaskil desert region has been embroiled in a small civil war for the last 8 years. I fear this mindless barbarism may have wiped out the elusive creature entirely. Sightings of towering luminosities have grown rare recently, while they once used to be constant.
Yes. Sightings of mirages are constant. A mirage is a constant phenomenon that people have no time to report when a war is going on.
Oh, everyone knows about that one, thanks to Professor Mijanu being the talk of the town for a time.
A bit of jealousy there. He'd want that glory, truth be told, even if he'd have to inject himself with bacteria to get it.
I see.
Although, probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler, no one remembers her contributions to the search for the Nongok.
Oh.
A flightless cursor owl found in the Seminine Isles. Its long legs permit the Nongok to run faster than any other avian, perhaps any other animal. Who knows? When it's not hunting its prey in this manner, the Ock hangs from tree branches, like a bat, waiting to dive on hapless prey below on the jungle floor. Mijanu liked extreme animals, you see. One of the few figures of the academic establishment I respect. Really a shame she disappeared. Oh, decades ago. In the 30s. I didn't know her personally, of course. The chasm of academic pretension still stood before us, even though she had unusual courage for someone from the other side.
The other side.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research.
Yeah.
Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
I see.
A willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull. They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals, as they seem to have evolved directly from trees.
Yeah, that's boring.
They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here. You probably have. Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint. It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow, dashing through the grove. I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
Damn, that's how it
The
goes.
lavender shadow.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone than to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined.
Yeah, no one wants the world to be interesting.
Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic. Confirmed. It's 100% verified and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
By all means.
Okay. I like your wife better than you.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer.
I already hate you. It's not even just because of the name.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Fucking
The
Christ.
lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about
Fucking
after a little
Christ.
probing first.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization. I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates. This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
That's me.
Dark times will do that to good men.
He only says that because I'm white. Is this his mug? I bet it's his mug.
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That...
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange. He didn't kill him or anything. But there's something going on here.
I bet it's definitely his mug. And also the fucking...
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
Uh-huh.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense, truly.
Are you certain about
Do you
that?
remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be a really good one?
Yeah.
Well, this is that racist.
Hell yeah. I kind of did like the previous racists better. Are you Gary? Are you racist, Gary?
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
Uh-huh.
No problem at all.
I'm sure that's true. Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
Yeah, you might have one.
How do you mean? Forgive me, officer, but we've only just met.
He is trying to avoid lying to you outright, in case you really have been to his apartment. He's trying not to look afraid, because that would be incriminating. Yet, he is.
Mm-hmm. Let them. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry,
Lock him up.
officer.
Lock up Gary the crypto fascist.
You're not going to find me, are you?
Give me
Okay.
20.
I deserve that. And I won't do it again. You have my word.
You know, this man's a fascist, but at least he respects my
I
authority.
don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage.
I
in
have
another
I
man's
have power
property.
over
It's-
him.
I've been having trouble at work lately. The Quakos are price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
Mm-hmm. How'd it get
I
in there?
know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez,
Uh-huh.
so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob.
Yeah, he keeps on mentioning other races.
I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction.
Yeah,
Gary doesn't
this
answer.
guy's acting very suspicious.
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Uh-huh.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Uh-huh.
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
Good save, Kim.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before. But where?
Uh-huh.
What sound? Really? There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles. The smell of decay. The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
You wouldn't know about the missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor.
This motherfucker's lying. I know he got a piece of that
anything
armor.
About it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
This time okay with arresting over Claudia.
There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
I hope I could help your investigation. In my small way.
Uh-huh.
Don't be so relieved yet, Gary. This bad cop may have been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation?
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Uh-huh.
How? Mr. Clare unlocked my apartment?
Hmm. No, I didn't go
So
in.
you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
It's
As
going
he
well.
lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
What could it be about? I probably talked too loud. In the whirling. About some theories I had. Whatever it is, I'm done with it. I won't do it again. if there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay?
Hell yeah.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about
Fuck
the whole
yes.
door opening operation.
Alright, let's look at our clothes. Alright, before we do this,
Officer of the law. I mean, officers.
92%, hell yeah. Wait, hold up, let's just in case. You never know. 8% is still... 92 is not 100%.
Officers.
That shirt looks
Haha.
very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath. Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from...
This motherfucker's going to jail.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You are a pathetic, craven man.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later. Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone.
I don't care.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
Give me the armor.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat, but so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
This is all he knows.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
God, I really want to arrest him,
I
though.
won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
I should... I really want to arrest him, though.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels. Yeah, the other things. Long live the other things. Made you strong as an ox, they have. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
I gotta mag it up.
You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
It sounds expensive.
1 stroke? Don't be so modest. He's having one right now. Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system.
How much is an insane amount?
Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
Okay. +1 paint threshold. Fuck yeah, look at that. I look so fucking snazzy.
Always a play. I mean,
Magnesium-based life form. Damn, -1 shishers. No, I don't want that. That's my main thing.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water. You don't have a reason to. Yet. Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
Yes?
Anything to say to me, Kim? See, do I have anything else I can talk to you about?
We'll be on our way soon. Hell no.
Hmm?
I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
thanks.
Uh-huh. Is this what they look like?
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring. Behind you, a ruined residential building looms over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. They rustle confidentially, in tune with the pitter-patter of the rain. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. Surely.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
I see.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
That's ridiculous, Kim. Give everyone all the guns. Give them bigger guns. Okay, I think the only thing I have that would give me more visual calculus I might already have on. Nope. This one's better.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across
Damn,
the cracked
nice.
wall, reaching from one corner to the other. Unable to
Damn.
piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole. The scattering of bullet holes looks...
I got so many points. Let's try that again.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across... Unable to piece together the big picture just... The scattering of bullet holes look...
One more. I like visual calculus.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the crack. A row
And
of
nice.
ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them. A dozen at least. Their heads lowered,
I'm a genius.
eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Droplets of rain fall on the wooden planks, the surrounding sand dunes. The clouds block out any rays of light. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side.
Those are really long for automatic rifles.
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
Mm-hmm. Feld personnel.
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures. Behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers and designers of Feld Electric, now collapsed and dead, but for some rats. You feel drawn, for some reason, to the faded mural again. A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing, a cold behind this building.
Okay. I thought that meant there was something extra. New hat. +2 logic. +2 logic, -1 perception. My logic's already so low, but also... my authority's in the shitter, but... that's alright.
There's no way the perk is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed. Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points. And dangerous. Dangerous too.
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Alright. Ugh, come on. How about that? Ooh, cool sunglasses. +1 savior fare. Superstar glasses. These were made for me.
This is the trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. The reads, the later it gets, the colder. This trap is also full of panicked locals.
Another empty trap. Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it.
Oh.
These are just crab traps, you do realize.
No. These are perfectly engineered. These are marvels. Alright, I know I have a thing I need to do later.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock.
I don't think that's going to work. Do you think our suspect is hiding inside?
The lieutenant nods, silently. High above, the wind wraps the church in its rush, cold and wet from the ocean bay. It parts around the massive keel-shaped roof, like a test tunnel washing both sides, the way it has done for 340 years. The wind keeps its distance. So should you.
There is a hole in my heart.
Oh.
The lieutenant looks at the padlock. He didn't hear you asking. You were quiet enough. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
Got chain cutters and a crowbar.
It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow. You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
Okay.
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment. Yes, the pulsing base. A sure sign of junior delinquency, somewhere east of here.
Okay. Couple things. Let's see, do I have any interfacing? Well, this is +2 interfacing, so there's no need to use those. Alright, and am I wearing anything that would damage my interfacing? No.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Fuck.
Your hands are clammy from the sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away. The lieutenant hands you a blue handkerchief.
Alright, here we
He
go.
looks a little dismayed when he gets it back crumpled. However, it should be easier to peel the sticker off now.
Alright, this is basically guaranteed.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Looks like today was a gold
Hell yeah.
star day.
Nope. What was the thing Kim wanted me to look at? Alright, let's look at the trap. Wait, this isn't a trap. Don't I already have one of these? I thought I had one of these. Huh. I remember
This trap's
Passive
not too
Church.
hard to spot once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze, weighed down by rain. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Damn.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done. I'm just glad we haven't found some poor cat trapped in one of these.
Damn. Where did he say the last one was? Near the canal. Scented scarf. Ooh, lovely. Ooh. And I get +1 to shivers. Damn, you can't even see it. I don't think I need any more shivers, to be honest. I think I have a lot until otherwise needed.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while.
It's military, a service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Uh-huh.
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
There's no way. I mean, even with all of my interfacing.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind.
I'm just gonna, just in case, not even try. Who knows, I might figure out a different way to do it. I don't usually see red tracks with that high of a threshold.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornament.
What was it again? What stat?
Heavy wooden doors.
Physical
more than
instrument.
twice your heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height,
Alright,
stand shut
sick.
in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. You jam the
Hey,
primer between
nice.
the lock and the staple and apply force. Your biceps bulge from the strain. The metal creaks and squeals. The pathetic old wood, rusty screws, and one nail stand no chance against the forces of leverage. From deep within, a bellow rips. Suddenly, the pry bar snaps. Metal shavings fly everywhere.
Fuck.
The upper half, between the lock and the staple, falls to the ground with a thunk.
Tools break, officer. Try to control yourself.
The broken edge of the snapped pry bar is smooth. Took the tip right off.
I don't.
Alright.
You don't? Or maybe we'll find a new one. I don't carry more than one pry bar with me.
Fuck.
I thought this was a lousy way to enter a place of worship that's already in disrepair. I guess the church agreed.
And I fucking passed, too. And now I lost a tool. Shit. God, that was so long ago. You know, I'll find another one. Actually... Okay. Well, this was not the most successful outing. There's the final trap.
It takes you a moment, but finally you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. You see slabs of concrete north. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust, no phasmid either, but still. Your voice echoes on the coast.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
Damn.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now.
Yes.
We are not cryptozoologists. We are cops.
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow of the felled building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you ask the wind again?
Yes. Alright, I need to get the password to get into the secret communist meeting, and I think I know just the guy to ask. First, can I do this?
The shine on these sunglasses lasts
Nope.
a lifetime, officer. Everything's still cool here, officer.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers try. There it is again, that spectral smell haunting this industrial harbor. And it smells like heavy fuel oil, mostly, because it's an industrial harbor. Years of turmoil, of hopes and dreams, ground beneath the inexorable tides of capital.
Yeah, I can.
Undoubtedly. And the scent is coming from that railing over there.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I smell
now's
a
your chance to establish
communist.
Contact.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you? What's that, boy?
I got somewhere important.
Now's your chance. Remember, communists are notoriously skittish, so it's best
Really
to
grind a
insinuate
sausage.
your way in.
Have you tried a butcher shop?
Damn. Okay. That was not what I was getting at.
Don't think I've ever met a Kras personally. Then again, I've never been to Grad.
Okay, maybe it's time to abandon the subtle approach.
Uh-huh.
Coming from one of the jam lorries? Cargo's been sitting out for a while.
Okay,
Oh my god, he's
maybe it's
not
time
getting
to
this shit.
abandon the subtle approach.
Ah, now I see. Can't say I'm surprised. You seem to take your communism seriously. Not a bad thing.
I'm the most serious
It's good for a man
communist.
to take time to think about the whole socio-political world picture.
Oh, he certainly likes to take his time with things, especially when politics are at issue.
Exactly.
You've given up copying and now you're hunting comunistas. Care to say why?
I'm trying to get organized by them.
Oh, I see. I wish I could help. Unfortunately, I don't know many comunistas.
You
Didn't
smell like a
realize you could
communist.
Smell communism. But then I've never studied the subject.
You can smell all sorts of things. Fear,
I can smell
disgust,
communism. Shut the fuck
desire.
up.
Maybe it's not taught in any of your so-called universities, but there's definitely something going on here.
Ah, but you know, I did meet a genuine ideologo a few months ago. Perhaps he is your guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a guy with a theory. Someone who likes to pit his theory against other theories in deadly theory combat.
I see.
Didn't say anything about his name. Wasn't this sort of encounter where names matter? It was late one night as I was leaving the armor. He was waiting on the corner in a bright white jacket. Classic Saramiritian style.
I see.
He asked me for a light. We shared cigarettes. Then he asked me if I ever thought about getting into some of the extra physical branches of
Is he
police.
trying to recruit you to the homosexual underground?
I don't think so, Oya. I took it to mean he was asking me to join some sort of underground cell. A very old school organizing technique. The sort of thing comunistas used to do before the revolution. The same thing I always tell people who try to press some claim on me. I said, every boyadero rides alone. He asked me for a light. It was alright. A little like something out of a Vespertine spy novel, but I must respect the effort. I couldn't tell you. Once I declined his offer, we finished our cigarettes and he disappeared back into the night. Just before he melted into the shadows, he turned to me and said, "Remember Dobrava and Abadanais."
I will never remember that.
Gone. I don't know. Guess not everyone remembers. Been wondering about that myself. Some comunista inside talk with me. Not meant for the wider public.
Not to interfere in your personal errand, but it might have something to do with that passphrase Cindy mentioned earlier.
Uh-huh. I was totally about to say
Of course
that.
you were, detective. Apologies for interrupting.
No, you weren't. Otherwise, you would have said it. In truth, it was quite beyond your associative powers.
Just in time. The faithful partner arrives with the key that turns the lock. You two make a good pair.
Oh, thank you.
Boyas, and wish you good fortune on this grand ideological quest.
The man whispers a jaunty...
Sick. I can't have Kim be with me, though. Does this make me more intimidating? No, I'll carry the wire cutters. Just... Well, no, I don't want to replace that. There we go. This feels right. I also want to put my armor back on. You never know. Hi, Lena.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Oh, I'm basically a cryptozoologist now.
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude.
Fuck yeah.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
I do. I literally listened to it for like an hour.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But, darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden... I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there. The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy.
She had no fear, just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me.
Damn.
After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour. how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
Our first, yes.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
I thought
What do
it
you
was a
think, Kim?
wonderful story, man.
You're
That's very
welcome,
nice.
sweetie. I do appreciate
yeah.
the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
You know, to hell with.
Of course, officers. Is there a particular cryptid you two are interested in learning about?
Ask.
No. It's the cryptid.
Wow.
Oh, yes. The eight-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until...
Mutation? All of evolution is a mutation.
That is technically accurate.
Until it was cited by renowned Gotvaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Plattenkalk in 21. It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm. The world's largest canyon system, sweetie. It's a barren waste east of the Erg Desert, an ancient riverbed completely dried up. Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus. He was lost, without any navigation equipment and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky. A great black bird. It seemed gargantuan. Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times.
Aha.
Eat the bird. Uwe. It's the only way to survive.
Yes, or rather, hunting. A bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattenkalk followed the teratorn until they reached a great canyon wall. The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hand. He found the bird sleeping with his head tucked under its wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist. Then the teratorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider. And the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird. The bird was controlling his mind. It kept him from approaching.
Damn, that's crazy.
He could step back, but every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uwe spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away. The 8-eyed teratorn was indifferent to him as long as he didn't get closer than 2 steps. It even let him feed on some carcasses up there, and the 2 unfertilized eggs it left behind. Absolutely, sweetie. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since, but Wamrao is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets.
Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade, latest.
This one I liked.
Yep.
Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control.
Sadly, yes.
Yeah, see,
but
Kim
there
gets
are
it.
numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Il Mara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle, too, had 8 eyes.
Very, very hard.
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking, that man is into cryptids.
Oh, yeah.
So, what else do you want to know? Of course, dear.
The suicide of Kraz Mazov. It's clearly a lie. Kraz Mazov didn't shoot himself. Reaction was on the counteroffensive. The State Day Palace in Mirova was surrounded. He was either assassinated or died in the bombing. You might even have evidence to support this, somewhere in your brain. Mazov was never given a state funeral by the communists. Some people even say the body that was recovered from the ruins wasn't his. There, good. Hero restored to glory. Carry on, comrade.
Yeah. White check failures heal all morale. Sick. Alright.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
And I did even more than that.
Okay. And? Completely empty?
Yeah.
Surprise, tempered with fear and trepidation. He doesn't know what to think yet. Maybe you're joking?
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
That must be it.
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly.
I mean, I believe.
The Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps. Make them more secure.
Another
Yes,
trip to the
clearly.
reeds.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands, okay?
I didn't mean for that.
Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol
I guess I
is yours.
didn't. I didn't understand that to be sarcastic.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Damn, this is extremely high. Alright, let's do it.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person.
It's fucking Kuno.
Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
A little hooligan. But what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
Delinquents, my favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting
I
somewhere
really
here.
want to arrest him so
I'd love
bad.
to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done,
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional.
Okay, I have to fucking... I really need
T
to.
500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite,
I talked to that guy and immediately went up to the cab.
something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable.
Fucking invincible.
Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
I hope there's like a per armor piece bonus. +2 against enemies in FT 500 armor. When would I need that?
always a pleasure. I mean, officers. I told...
'Tis true, sire. This man simply did not know.
I'm sorry for what I said. No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things.
I see. Okay. Well, I don't really care to talk to him ever again. I am just glad he's gone.
The afternoon sun shimmers off the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage. Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always, even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a... Someone has waxed it recently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You want to take a closer look? 130.
I reckon that's a 7.
I don't know what that means.
7.2.
Damn.
Supercharged. Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down.
Sorry, I'm not following you.
Lingo it up.
No.
Oh yeah.
That's porno tuning.
Use bigger words.
Hell yeah.
Porno. That's short for pornography.
Damn it.
That's a
It
negative
is.
on the porno. Thank you.
No one in the history of convictions has been more sure of.
Yes.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Lingo it up.
No.
Use bigger words.
Porno. That's a negative on the...
No one
Damn
in
it.
history.
Yes.
It's nice. Lingo it up.
No.
Use
Porno. That's short for pornography. I'm sincerely relieved.
Okay, damn it. There's nothing I can do to get him to deck out to fucking pimp his ride.
inside. You see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Hold on, officer.
Alright. Good thing we got to this in time.
I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer? Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
Billy Majon.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately. Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Okay, well, we should probably go talk to her.
Marie? Marie?
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet. Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
I see.
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
Sounds about right.
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Damn.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
Fuck it.
Just a second. Sylvie Malaika on the line. Yes. Hello?
I still have to place again. Oh, I have nothing to say to you.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Just want to see.
Fireworker.
I got it.
Sir, roger that, and very glad to hear it. I will make relevant changes to the report.
Fuck yeah.
Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
Glad to clear that up. Gotta go break the bad news while wearing my fuck the world coat.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup allongio. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Yeah.
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Majon. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary. Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't. Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information. It just has to happen. As soon as possible.
That is gonna be rough.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
You're right.
We
have now delivering a death notification.
The lieutenant motions.
Hello? Who is it?
And someone turns down the radio. He gives you a short, encouraging.
The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
Tidying up. Nervously.
Come in. The door is open.
That's not what that woman sounded like. Wait, no, I'm thinking of the wrong woman. This is what she sounded like. I just... just want to interact with everything that I can. Alright.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
Oh boy.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
Can't help but think that I'm improperly dressed for
The
this.
lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses.
Right. Just in case.
It's you from the book stand. I don't think I...
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
Keep it together. You don't want your body language to tell her the news.
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor often gets into all kinds of trouble. So, how can I help you?
It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
Okay, let me put on all the empathy clothes that I have. That was actually very nice. This won't help me here, but it is cool. Nice. I wouldn't call this a tie, more of a pendant. I guess that's all the empathy stuff that I have. That hurts my empathy, though. So I'll take that off for now. Okay. So I got... It's kind of like +2, really, when you get down to it.
She looks up, too anxious to say anything.
How have I been? You're not here to discuss me. What is this about, officer?
What?
People got to eat? What is this about? Why are you suddenly asking me about my cooking?
Alright.
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters. Jenny and Jolie. Jolie is 16 and Jenny is turning 18 next month.
I
The
see.
girls are staying at their friend's place.
She swallows visibly.
No. Vi, do you have any news? No. I guess I'll find out when he decides to come
I'll see
back
what
home.
is positive, so don't ask about the first two things.
It shouldn't be long from now. He's never gone for more than a few days. Oh, it's in Jamrock. The one at Mayro Street. I don't know the official name.
Central Jamrock Public Library?
I think, yes, if that's the one on Mayro. Just to return a book of mine. Why? Yes. Just to return a book of mine. I think it was, Thibaut's The Glinting Curve. It was pretty good.
Oh.
Just
Wait.
to return a book of
Okay,
Yes.
what's the Glinting Curve? Okay.
His old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so... Yes. The lining is hand-sewn. It's blue.
She folds. Here it comes.
It didn't even seem like that did anything to help. It didn't hurt, though.
She looks up.
Okay.
It's me, Victor, Jolie. The girls are...
She swallows.
No. Vi, do you have any... No, it shouldn't be low. Oh,
Central...
I think... Yeah, just to return... Yes. His old leather... it's... Yes. The lining is...
She folds. Here it comes.
Okay. Yeah, didn't need to ask about the fucking other shit. 83%.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus. Yes. That's the most important thing. No euphemisms. This
Yeah.
is what you came here for.
True.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Oh. Oh. But... he was just...
No.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
Yeah.
Was he drunk?
We don't know for sure.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
I'm not gonna say that. Yes.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
I like that he carries so many handkerchiefs. It's very helpful.
No, no. I just need to tell my girls.
It burns like acid.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
Yeah, take a day.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier. Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
We should step outside and talk.
Okay, talk to me, Kim. That was rough. The writing in this is... It's so good. It just, damn, that was tough on me.
You did well. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased. They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
Yeah.
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Damn.
Let's go.
I guess that's all there is then. First actual case that I've solved. Instead of like some... Instead of fucking around. Yeah. Oh, I suppose I should talk to Sydney while I'm here. Or not Sydney, Cindy.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
Uh-huh.
Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them.
Jamrock Shuffle, I might want to do that. I do have a tendency to do that. Okay. Every single one of these is filled out nice, and it's a short research time too. I bet I'll get this done by tonight. Oh, wait. Nope, I want to talk to Sydney. God, I have too much shit. I wish I could organize this. Yeah, I think this is everything I want. What was the thing that I got rid of that was giving me minus empathy? Oh, right, it was the shirt. What was the plus empathy thing? It's the hat? Oh, no, it was the coat.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
She hates that.
Give me a moment.
Alright, let's see. What else do I gotta do? Right, I need to talk to Kuno. I wonder if I can fucking talk to that guy now. Or if he relocked his door. I bet he did.
The door is closed again. You hear someone inside, walking from room to room.
Gotta ask Kuno about the bugs. I bet he... Yeah. He's gonna be like, I want to ask him about the bugs, and he's gonna be like, "What's it to you, pig?"
Fuck does Kuno care? No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, C.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
Damn.
Deny everything, Kuno!
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Alright. Useless as always.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air.
Oh,
the earthen floor of the shack.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Exactly.
Yes. I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough. If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The phasmid doesn't exist.
Kuno's kind of a cryptid.
But what do I know? I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
I have been handling it pretty good. Kuno, this place is fucked up with bugs.
Fuck does Kuno care? Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
So it wasn't a phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
Yeah, well, Kuno's all you got, bitch.
Damn.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
They do be descending, though.
Stop!
She's like, Kuno, you're cringe.
It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
The girl forces herself to watch again. The corners of her eyes.
I hate this so much. I love it. Is great.
The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're
an artist. Maybe I am an artist. You hear
Hell
that,
yeah.
everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Oh my
Hell yeah.
God, Kuno. He's gonna make you totally lame in like 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
You can do anything you set your mind
Make
to.
yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window. So that's what this is about. Without a word, she disappears entirely.
I got her to
behind
fuck
the
off.
fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. See?
The girl's face appears again above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame. Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Damn.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
He recognizes the name.
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
Alright. Another case solved. No problem. Let's go see. I bet Kunois has something to say about this, or maybe not. She never does. I'll figure out what's up with her. She fascinates me. The freak.
Trying to sneak up on me.
Okay. Should have guessed it was nothing.
Oh, hello, sweetie.
Alright, I gotta tell him about the boy.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this. So it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie.
Damn.
This is good news, right?
Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more...
He has a 38-degree fever.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
You can? Fine. It's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
Really? It's too much, officer.
I got it. I'm not doing anything important.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Here's a fresh fractured locust. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
Fuck yes. I'm gonna go over there right away.
The trap stands empty amongst the reeds. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the...
Fantastic.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good. Now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
You know my style. Listen, I get results. And if you can't handle me at my running around doing a fuck-ass cryptid investigation, then you don't deserve me at my cracking the murder case wide open.
All the traps are stopped now, and still no
Oh.
sight of the phasmid. Return to Morel and let him know.
Wait, oh, it just filled them all? Okay, well that's convenient. I appreciate not having to run around to all of them.
Heavy wooden doors, more than...
Okay. Fuck, where is he?
Hello, dear. Thank you for doing that, dear. Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him. I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Yes, I'm very young.
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
I'm doing it.
Really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're...
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this?
Different? How? I'm not. It's not that. It's a strange feeling. Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story?
Damn, this is sad.
Or a dream?
Hunching her shoulders now. She seems even smaller than she is. Like a sad young girl.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
No.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone. No, sweetie. There's more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That, and for years his belief made me believe too.
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness to grace.
But now, we're both getting old and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was...
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything. He's hiding. These things are tough on him. Matters of love, not violence or deceit. An acorn
thank
is
God.
not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care. All qualities these two seem to share.
Thank fuck. I'm gonna save their marriage.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? Just another pathetic old couple.
Your love is real.
If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university. But if the dream comes to naught, what good is it? No, the thing is, I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived. On our first date.
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about it lest I start crying and waste more of your time. What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
You're not sure you made it up.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
Rising, unfolding from the reeds on a hot summer's day, like a benevolent god.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary. Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
No one can stop you from finding the
Oh,
first.
yeah.
Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road, Jamrock, but... Likewise, sweetie.
Aw.
Thank you for everything. Truly. Even though it turned out to
I'm
be
gonna find this motherfucking bug.
A dream.
I swear to God.
A fool's hope. Say her lips move in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly as she gets to the doors. Then pushes them open. Outside, the cold, coastal wind blows.
I didn't realize that her wheelchair was gas-powered.
Somewhere out there, a kilometer to the southeast, a gust of wind shakes the felled building, rattling dusty windows, beckoning with strange coldness, to ask the wind once more.
Damn. Well, I'm really sad. Let me go around and see. No, I need to go check the traps first.
The trap is full of low.
Damn. That's the thing with this game, even when you succeed, sometimes you still don't get the result that you want. Such as your goddamn motherfucking crowbar breaking.
The door is closed again. You hear someone.
Well, I suppose there is nothing left to be said. What a somber end to this stream. I mean, I guess the only thing I really have to do now is read this book about birds.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminole Islands.
Don't call it
and
that.
in southern Fas a la Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues. This book talks about the delicate nature of toos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang-bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated. Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up.
Aww.
Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive. It is not
Doesn't sound like me.
recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own.
Damn, these birds sound like assholes.
You're right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle, and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibel. Ouch. That must hurt. This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral, 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it.
Sounds like a cool bird.
Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo, is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle.
What a
its
queer.
pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature. In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, and beautiful species. It must be glorious to behold, dark pink and snow white. Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world.
I'll read some more books, actually. Fuck it, why not?
White. The Seminoles name
Get closer to meeting my fellow communists.
of onomatopoeic origins. Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you?
I'm obviously the major majestic
You're
cockatoo.
right. Your Majesty embodied. This big
On my
beautiful
persona.
bird belongs on your heraldry. As you hold it in your hands, it makes it's a sordid, filthy tale. Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try.
Yeah,
It
think about
occurs
it.
to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck. Now you're just flicking that shit.
This was a mistake.
It's just a racist mug. But...
Damn it.
It's just a... But it will not happen. The mug talk.
I see.
The bullet is
Is
still
there anything to say about this? No.
Medicinal purposes. The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cypar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
Let's see.
Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pill. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book. You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pale, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies. There are a number of Seolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition. What you're describing is booze. You don't need any herbs for that. There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here.
Let's do it.
Want to give it a shot? First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
Common meadow root, ginger root, a spring of fresh mint.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Birch bark.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The sugar just makes it taste better.
I see.
From the pearl, of course, or perhaps from some enterprising entrepreneur, where you would find one of those, though. The book does not say. Very well. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Lastly, is there any... The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The ginseng should give you more energy, as a nice bonus. From the pearl, very well. First, choose a base ingredient. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate... Lastly, is there anything... The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxin. From the pearl, of course.
Alright, let's do this one.
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekatina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments, above which span a black and white rainbow. Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. It would do that in Grad. You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set.
Oof.
It's nearly 600 pages long. The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author. She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph, and yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you.
Damn.
In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes. It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
Yes.
Fuck it. Do it. It can't be worse than what you've already felt.
Hell yeah.
They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair, and in the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian life. The man becomes a lens grinder, completely abandoning his former existence. He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka Polyfabricate. Happiness and fulfillment have eluded him his whole life, and in the end, he has nothing to do but dedicate himself to the craft. She spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor in a Sosnovo fish processing plant. The smell of fish guts slowly seeps into her hair and skin, as every single one of her dreams dies, one by one.
I'd use all my drugs to read this.
The memory of their short time spent together tortures the former lovers ceaselessly until the end of their days. Years pass in solitude, their bodies growing ever more decrepit. As life leaves their remains between the soil sheets, their final thoughts are filled with regret. Good stuff. I fucking loved this.
That was very informative.
The Jamrock Shuffle. In a way, yes, you are treasure hunting. Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the Jamrock Shuffle, cracking open containers. Most of them are from Jamrock or Coal City, the poorest parts of Revachol, that also overlap with the network of royal catacombs called Le Royaume, just beneath the streets. As children, you would all go underground, hoping to find treasure, and come back with a rat's tail or a used needle. That playful curiosity must still be in you. Who knows, maybe one day the Orbe de Montagne, the Holy Scepter, and the Cocaine Skull will all be yours.
Fuck yeah, find better loot in luck. Ooh. I'm never taking that shit off. This one feels like an omen of things to come. Let's see. Before we head off, though, let's see. I want to look at my ledger.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface. It's the ledger you found in a bunch of sodden papers, arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. You don't exactly. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want?
Let's say the square bullet hole murders.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape. That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
Aha.
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next?
Damn.
Don't worry. One day.
Alright.
A.K.A. Leslie and Burke. You were so...
I already looked at this one.
The only way for Leslie to stop flashing, you would think threatening. It's plain to see from the... No. He must have, in the process, killed them. He came at, can't get out, which is also why the officer... Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They look like a rock band. I actually do think they look like assholes, but...
Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes.
Yeah, that's true.
Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Oh yeah.
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next? Murder.
Hookah parlor.
Tum-tum-tum. At the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead. Of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor. Beaten to death by a throng of violent gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve, was doing it solo, said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister, was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
I see.
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still.
Oh, God, one of those fucking guys.
Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor.
That's stupid. I hate drugs.
Yeah. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open.
Jesus.
Blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits.
It's probably that.
Man just
probably
dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Tables low, heavy, really sharp edge.
Yeah.
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom. Yeah, he liked his hookah. Stephen was his name.
Uh-huh.
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know.
Well,
trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed, piecing it together. Next, not much has changed in the meanwhile.
Alright, well, this is perfect, because that means that I can start next time by going to my communism meeting. But let me see if I can get Kim to go to bed and I can get those boots. Hi, Gart.
Hey, was there something you need?
About those things off Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care? Here, pig. Kuno can already see you soaring through. Kuno
Fuck yeah.
doesn't fucking care.
Those are really nice pants. Probably better than the ones I have on now. +1 composure. Not as good as +1 save repair, +1 physical instrument. That looks so cool now. And fuck it, why not?
Hey, got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but...
I remember. Now, Kim, can you go to bed so that I can go and get those fucking boots? Alright, see you in the morning, Kim. Bye-bye. Alright, let me go get these fucking boots before... Actually, I wonder if I can go and talk to the lady, too. Actually, I'm gonna do both. Fuck it. Hey. Actually, let me...
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Alright, suggestion. No, okay, is anything here hurting my suggestion? They are not.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and fishermen? But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
We ball.
You think she really needs more
Nice.
of that after a man died at sea? What if I told you it is actually possible to go on a date sober?
I'm listening.
Before recorded history, men and women were able to do simple, very primitive things together sober. Acknowledge the situation and keep it basic.
I have, and I don't really. Just a walk? I don't know, officer. I would not have taken you for an innocent perambulator.
Where would this walk take us, officer? All right.
Let's do it.
I will walk with you. But you need to understand that nothing is going to happen. We're just... Me too.
Just a good walk.
It's been ages since I just had a normal conversation with one of you guys.
She means men.
All right, I'll
I
go put
see.
the kids to bed and we'll meet at Land's End in 15 minutes.
She doesn't wait for an answer. You better get ready.
Land's End. It has to be. Okay, that's Land's End.
The note is written with a blue... Someone has... You'll find the filament according to... Perhaps someone who belonged to the defunct radio computer. Sounds like a question for a detective. Medicinal purposes of the pearl. Very well. Next, you'll need to... Lastly, the ginger root will... From the pearl. Very well. Next, you'll need to combine... Lastly, is there anything else you've created? If only you could find one of... Would you like to try again? You closed the book.
Why did I do it like that? I actually probably don't even have time for this. Ah, damn it. Okay, I'm just gonna go buy the pants, pay for my costs, and then turn in. No, I can do it tomorrow. I can ask him to go take the body in.
Fuck does Kuno? Here, hey, Kuno can already see you soaring. Kuno.
Yeah, I don't have time for the date, for sure.
Hey, was there something you got that... Good. You got the room for the night.
Alright. I think that's gonna be it for me for tonight. Let's raid. Let's raid Crescent Fox. Haven't done that in a minute. Are you fucking serious? Okay, apparently it doesn't even know what my Twitch channel is. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. There we go. Alright. Now we raid the Crescent Fox, but I will be back tomorrow night actually with Dingus Hyena for some Halo. But yeah, so good night everybody. Blah, 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 blah.